Sure, here's a step-by-step guide on how to use epoxy primer paint. Preparation. Begin by cleaning the surface you want to paint. Remove dirt, grease, rust, and any old paint using a degreaser or sandpaper. Sand the surface lightly to create a slightly rough texture that helps the primer adhere better. Wipe down the surface with a clean, damp cloth to remove any residue. Safety precautions. Wear appropriate safety gear, including gloves, safety goggles, and a mask to protect yourself from fumes and particles. Mixing epoxy primer. Follow the manufacturer's instructions to mix the epoxy primer properly. Typically, you'll have a resin and a hardener that need to be mixed in the correct ratio. Application. Use a paintbrush, roller, or spray gun to apply the epoxy primer. Choose the application method that suits the size and shape of the surface you're painting. Start by applying a thin, even coat. Avoid over-applying, as it can lead to drips and uneven drying. Drying time. Epoxy primers usually have a specific drying time mentioned on the product label. Allow the first coat to dry according to these instructions. It might take several hours. Sanding and additional coats. This helps in creating a smooth and even surface for subsequent coats. Apply additional coats as needed, following the same process of mixing and applying. Usually, 2 to 3 coats are sufficient. Curing time. Once all the coats have been applied, allow the epoxy primer to cure completely. This might take 24 hours or more, depending on the product and environmental conditions. Surface preparation for topcoat. After curing, you might want to apply a topcoat such as paint or clear coat. Before doing so, ensure the epoxy primer is clean and free of dust. Lightly sand the surface if necessary. Applying topcoat. Follow the instructions for applying the chosen topcoat. This could involve mixing, application, and drying time specific to the topcoat product. Remember, always follow the manufacturer's instructions for the epoxy primer and any other products you use. Proper surface preparation and application techniques are essential for a successful paint job.